Welcome back. Jet Legend's 2025 U.S. aircraft incident in the South China Sea have captured global attention and reignited debates over military power, freedom of navigation, and the delicate balance of influence in one of the world's most contested regions. The skies above the South China Sea have long been a theater of tension between major powers, but the October 26, 2025 event marked the turning point, a moment that exposed just how fragile peace in the Indo-Pacific truly is. According to initial reports, a U.S. reconnaissance aircraft, operating within what Washington described as international airspace, was confronted by several Chinese fighter jets during a routine patrol mission. The encounter reportedly escalated when one of the Chinese aircraft came dangerously close to the American plane, forcing the U.S. crew to take evasive action. While both sides have since issued conflicting statements, the incident revealed the razor-thin line between deterrence and confrontation in the modern geopolitical landscape. The United States has maintained a consistent stance that its aircraft operate lawfully under international law, particularly under the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea. UNCLOS. American officials have reiterated that their operations are not provocations but essential missions to ensure open access to one of the world's most vital trade routes. The South China Sea handles more than $3 trillion in trade annually, making it the economic lifeline for much of Asia and beyond. Washington argues that no single nation has the right to restrict or militarize such a critical international zone. Beijing, however, views the situation very differently. Chinese authorities insist that the U.S. aircraft violated their sovereign airspace near the disputed Islands A areas China claims as part of its territory. The Chinese military has, in recent years, expanded its presence across the South China Sea by building artificial islands, deploying radar systems, and stationing anti-aircraft weapons. To Beijing, any foreign military flight near these areas is seen as a direct challenge to its sovereignty and national security. This clash of perspectives underscores a deeper strategic rivalry. The U.S. seeks to maintain its role as the dominant maritime power in the Pacific, ensuring that no single country can exert control over the region. China, on the other hand, sees itself reclaiming its rightful place as a regional leader after centuries of foreign influence. The skies and seas of the South China Sea have thus become a symbolic and literal battleground for influence, technology, and national pride. Military analysts believe that the October 2025 incident was not an isolated event but part of a larger pattern. In recent years, there has been a steady increase in close encounters between U.S. and Chinese aircraft and naval vessels. Each side conducts surveillance, tests radar responses, and occasionally performs aggressive maneuvers, all part of a high-stakes game of strategic signaling. The risk, however, is that one miscalculation could lead to disaster. A single mistake, a delayed radio response, or a misunderstood maneuver could trigger a full-scale international crisis. The 2025 incident also showcased the advanced technologies now at play. The U.S. aircraft involved was reportedly equipped with next-generation surveillance systems capable of real-time data transmission to command centers thousands of miles away. Such technology gives the U.S. a major edge in reconnaissance and situational awareness. Meanwhile, China's rapid advancements in stealth fighters, radar jamming, and long-range missile systems have dramatically increased its ability to challenge American dominance in the region. The competition is not just about territory, it's about who controls the future of military technology. In Washington, the event sparked renewed calls for strengthening alliances with regional partners like Japan, the Philippines, and Australia. The U.S. Indo-Pacific Command announced additional joint training exercises and surveillance operations to demonstrate unity and resolve. These moves are part of a broader effort to build a coalition of deterrence, sending a message that any aggressive action in the South China Sea will be met with collective resistance. Beijing responded with its own displays of strength. Within days, satellite imagery revealed new Chinese military deployments near disputed islands, including long-range bombers and advanced air defense systems. Chinese state media portrayed these moves as defensive measures against foreign interference, but analysts interpreted them as a warning, a reminder that China is ready to protect its claims by force if necessary. For the international community, the incident raised pressing questions about how far this rivalry could go before crossing the point of no return. Diplomats from Southeast Asian nations urged restraint, fearing that escalating U.S.-China tensions could destabilize the entire region. Countries like Vietnam, Malaysia, and Indonesia have long walked a careful line, welcoming American support for open seas while avoiding direct confrontation with Beijing, their largest trading partner. Beyond the political and military implications, the 2025 incident symbolizes the broader struggle for the future global order. The South China Sea is not merely a body of water, it represents the intersection of economic power, technological innovation, and national ambition. The United States and China are engaged in a competition that extends beyond borders, from cyberspace to outer space, from trade to AI-driven defense systems. The encounter in October was just one flashpoint in a much larger and more complex story. Experts believe that both sides ultimately want to avoid open conflict. The economic consequences of war between the two largest economies on Earth would be catastrophic. However, maintaining peace requires careful communication, trust, and crisis management, all of which are increasingly difficult to achieve in an era of deep mistrust. The growing presence of AI-assisted targeting, autonomous drones, and advanced radar systems adds another layer of danger, where even a machine error could spark real-world consequences. As of now, investigations continue, and official narratives differ. The Pentagon maintains that its aircraft acted responsibly and professionally, while China insists the U.S. must respect its sovereignty and security interests. Neither side appears willing to back down, and the world watches closely, aware that future incidents could be even more serious. In the end, the 2025 South China Sea aircraft incident serves as a warning, a reminder of how easily modern superpowers can edge toward confrontation in the pursuit of dominance. It is a story of technology, territory, and tension, and a testament to the fragile peace that defines our world today. Whether this moment leads to greater cooperation or deeper division will depend on the wisdom of the leaders who navigate the skies of tomorrow.